What is up, YouTube, Facebook, or wherever you're watching? Welcome to DB Games, where I'm helping you get to the next level. And today we are continuing with the Tekken 7 series, beginner tips, whatever you want to call it. I'm here to help you have an easier transition or time or whatever, really, when it comes to Tekken. I know a little something, so I feel like I'm qualified to at least steer you in the right direction. So that's what we're doing today. Last video we talked about what makes a character easy to learn, at least in my opinion, what I think makes a character easy, at least, you know, if you haven't tried the character before or if you're just looking for a beginner character to start the game with. That is what I covered in the last video. There will be a link up here that you can click on to actually go to that. There's also a playlist and all the other things. So let's go ahead and get into the video then. Again, like I stated in the last video, these are things that you should just take with a grain of salt. You are the only one that knows you. So if you think it's something easy that I might think is hard or vice versa, then that's just you. So don't let what I say kind of steer you or dictate what it is that you have to do. Just use this as a starting point, I guess. So with that being said, now we can finally start. I think I said that already. Anyways, what makes a character harder to learn? To me, it is more of a diverse moveset. Combos are definitely a lot harder, and a lot of the moves that require you to pull off said combos, or a lot of their key moves or staple moves that are really used a lot, like their best moves, could have a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? A ceiling, I would say, difficulty, something. You probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know, but I'm figuring this one out. But I guess what I was trying to say, there's a higher level of difficulty just because there's a lot of movement. There could be a lot of quarter circle neutrals. There could be a lot of half circles. A lot of stuff that requires you to just really be precise in your button pressing. And if it's something that you can't do consistently and you're dropping combos or your moves are not coming out right, could be a little bit hard. At least that's for me. I don't like to mess with a lot of quarter circle, half circle, diagonal, all this other stuff. I mean, I have my characters that I've used have had those kind of directions, but it wasn't something that was crucial or necessary a move that I had to do consistently, because the reason why I say that makes it harder, when you're fighting in a match with another person, there's a lot of stuff going on. You don't have that much reaction time. So if you get nervous or you choke a lot, I guess I should say, you really don't want to be messing with characters that require a lot of execution, because you will be dropping a lot of combos. I know. I have been there. This is why I'm telling you this now. Again, this is my opinion. This is what I think. So you might think differently than me. That's okay. Another thing that I wouldn't say makes the character harder, but it is something else that I guess you would have to learn if your character has stance changes, multiple stances, like Lei, for example. Lei has a whole bunch of stances. All it does is add for more variety, is more moves, and unless you feel bothered to actually try and learn all that stuff, which you don't even have to learn everything to be good. It's just something that, you know, you should take note of. If your character has a lot of moves, that just means there's a lot more stuff you have to remember. Also, there could be moves that leave you in back turn. Like, I'm trying out Master Raven. I like the character. I like her aesthetic. She is a character that looks cool to me. I'm interested, but a lot of her best moves leave her in back turn. So that is kind of a stance. Well, it is a stance because you're not facing forward, you're facing back. There's moves that she can do while her back is turned. So I have to know those situations to really know what moves that I have to use at the right time. So like in the easier character video, which really didn't have a lot of back turns, a lot of different moves and stances. I'll have some examples up here so you can know what it is that I'm talking about. But if you're spending less time facing forward, what am I talking about? But yeah, basically, if it has a multiple stances or you're left and back turn quite frequently, then maybe it's a little bit harder. I don't know. Let's just go on to the next point. Characters like Mishima's, i.e. Jin, Devil Jin, Heihachi, Kazuya. There's also Armor King. Like, there's wave dashing that these characters have, which means you kind of have to have some sort of execution, at least a decent level. If you even wanted to start using Mishima characters or like wave dashing characters in general, like Armor King or Jin would be good characters, just because, well, really Jin, because you don't have to rely on using like his wave dash electrics as much as you would say like Kazuya or Heihachi or Devil Jin. Like, these moves also tie in with the fact that combos could be harder. If you have to do 3 electric wind god fists like in a row to do a optimal combo, that's kind of hard because you have to time your inputs correctly. There's also a lot of neutral movements, diagonal down, right, forward. Like, if you are not good under pressure, using characters like that might not be for you. Because I know I'm not. If I know I can pull out a safe move that doesn't require me to do half circle back inputs to get myself out of a situation, I think I will be just fine. Because I think the Mishimas are the best example for this, to really use optimal moves that are even also safe, because electrics in general are just like that. They are harder and require a lot of practice. Anyway, I'm rambling too much on one thing, so let's try and keep this moving. But yeah, not saying that you shouldn't play those characters at all. Like I said, if you want to play those characters, play them. Just know that you're going to be practicing a lot longer than someone who picked maybe Katarina, for example, just because she is beginner friendly. She doesn't have all of these D-pad or directional inputs. A lot of it is just, you know, a combination of pressing of the limbs. So that would be, I guess, the example of an easier character versus a harder character. I hope that did make sense. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification so that way you are updated whenever I upload another video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.